morning.
There is an accident down the road.
So where can I take you today?
Defensive driving means driving in such a manner as to avoid accidents regardless of the behaviour of other road users.
We just had the best time. Michael and Robin were there and we just had a whale.
Not all road users have their finger on the pulse of safe driving practices, and unfortunately some drivers even see roads as somewhere to demonstrate the brilliance of their driving skills. Professional drivers are those people who earn their living by driving. They should be easily recognised by their professional standard of driving. Uh-oh, it isn't always this way, is it? The professional driver has a special interest in defensive driving. Relatively minor accidents can mean loss of time on the road, and this means loss of earnings. Injuries received in a major accident, apart from the risk of death, could mean complete loss of livelihood. But a professional standard of driving is more than just avoiding the loss of earnings. It is also about reducing the stress of driving, conveying a sense of security to passengers, and reducing wear and tear on vehicles. The professional driver is just that, professional. Courteous, decisive, safe and efficient. The professional driver is always aware, but there are situations that require special skills and considerations, such as when you are tired, in hazardous conditions, driving through intersections, when you're overtaking or being overtaken. These are all areas where defensive driving skills will demonstrate your professionalism. When the brake lights on the vehicle in front of you suddenly appear, it takes a moment for you to react to seeing the lights, and then a moment longer for you to apply the brakes in your own vehicle. During these moments, your vehicle travels some distance. If that distance is shorter than the distance between the vehicles in the first place, then you have a problem. A 30-metre gap at 60 kilometres an hour is not enough to avoid a collision in an emergency stop. The professional taxi driver uses the time-lapse formula, where in good driving conditions, a minimum of 2 seconds free space is maintained between you and the vehicle in front. When the vehicle in front passes some noticeable mark on the road, such as white paint or a manhole cover, count 1001, 1002. Plenty of room. If you reach the same mark before you finish counting, you are too close for safety. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you're going. This 2-second gap is sufficient for you to react to the sudden appearance of brake lights and to apply your own brakes before a crisis situation develops. Under poor driving conditions such as rain or difficult lighting, double the time between vehicles. An extension to this formula is used if you're unfortunate enough to have a tailgater. The tailgater has not left enough room to avoid running into you, if for some reason you have to stop suddenly. So, as a defensive driver, you need to make an allowance for this in your own stopping distance. In short, you need to include the tailgater's reaction time into your own and leave sufficient space between you and the vehicle in front of you to make an allowance for the person behind. It is not professional to provoke the tailgater by deliberately going slowly, and even flashing your brake lights may antagonise the situation. One of the major causes of road accidents is lack of concentration, or things that interfere with your concentration and are caused mostly by distraction or fatigue. Distraction means anything that takes your mind away from looking at the road. This can be talking on a mobile phone, reading street directories, keying in on the taxi computer, loud music, looking at passengers whilst talking to them.
Yes, there is an accident
In
down
fact,
the road
anything
and
that
it's
means your
old truck.
attention is not on the job at hand. Many factors that have the potential to distract can be dealt with before starting, and special care should be taken with anything that could make keeping your mind on the job more difficult. Fatigue is a major factor in many collisions and single vehicle accidents. If you're so tired that you're likely to nod off, you're putting the safety of your passengers at risk.
Hey, wake up.
Right, sorry.
The professional driver should be able to recognise the signs of fatigue, such as grittiness of the eyes and having to change position constantly to get comfortable, and would not even start a shift without enough sleep beforehand. But what about other drivers? We can't control what they do, can we? No, but we can minimise the risks with defensive driving techniques. Overtaking and negotiating intersections are the times when we are most likely to confront approaching traffic on the wrong side of the road. These are places we need to watch every nuance of traffic behaviour, to see beyond the visual obstacles and anticipate the unexpected. Some road users are hard to miss, while there are other road users that are hard to miss too. There are many road users who do not drive easily seen vehicles or do not use vehicles at all. The defensive driver is ever alert to other road users and anticipates the unpredictable nature, especially of pedestrians and animals. Not all defensive drivers are professionals, but all professionals should be defensive drivers. When we take the responsibility on ourselves to avoid accidents, we are taking a positive step towards increasing customer satisfaction and avoiding expensive time loss at the smash repairs. Staying alive is not a bad thing either.